All right, we are live. Thank you, thank you.
Are we?
Yep. Send her off there, Straw Hat.
It's not showing up on the channel.
It is. It's fine. It will.
Oh, it is live. Okay. Hello, I'm Straw Hat Lucas, helmsman of the Last Ark, and today we have the one, the only, my brother from another mother, Desnus the Dwarf, with us. Desnus, you want to introduce yourself, please?
Thank you, Lucas, for having me. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been here, and I'm so happy that I'm being here. It was too long. It was too long, and yeah, thank you for the invitation. We talk about the live action for sure and other stuff. Yeah, I myself make YouTube videos as well about the One Piece live action, about other stuff One Piece related, but mostly live action. And yeah, excited to be here finally.
Yes, and of course I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Shipwright of the Last Ark, Fritz the Ditz. How we doing today, Fritz?
How are we doing? We are doing excellent. That is the question, and that is the answer. I'm doing great today. It's been a wonderful holiday. Everybody was doing trick or treating. I hope everybody who has kids out there and went out and had a great time. And if you don't have kids, you went and had a great time. That's just fantabulous too. Lots of people having a good time on a cold day. Around here, we had some snow just for about an hour, maybe less in some areas. And you know what? It was about 30 minutes in. Everybody was out there having a good time. It was just great.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear. Before we get into this, I want to do something special for Des, and that is a huge thank you to Desness the Dwarf. See, the audience doesn't know this. Des is the reason I'm even where I'm at today. I would
No.
not be Straw Hat Lucas without Desness the Dwarf. He brought me into the Last Ark. He hyped me up. He helped me so much in learning how to edit and everything. Desness, you are a king among kings, and no one on this platform deserves. What is it now? 43.7 thousand subscribers, my man. Congratulations so
Thank you,
much.
Lucas. Thank you.
The glow up
Oh
is
my God.
real. Shoot.
The glow up is real.
Ah,
So,
And for anybody who wants to know, there are links to him. It's pinned to the chat. It's in the descriptions. You can find them there. If the least stop Roku there are copy pasteable for sure. Just check them out. Absolutely.
all right, so let's get into the first question of this interview. And for everyone in the chat, just heads up, we will be talking about the chapter later in the interview. These interviews go on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours usually. But we will be talking about that chapter because I read it right before I got on stream. And oh my god. Anyway, first question of the interview. So, Desness, what got you into content creation?
oh, that's a deep question. I think I was creative back when I was a child, but I saw YouTube videos when I was about 12 years old, and then the first thing I saw that I really said, "Oh, I want to do this as well," was Let's Plays. I think. Then I started with Let's Plays and stuff. In 2020, I started with drawing, and I always want, and so I did YouTube for over 10 years now. I think it
Ooh.
should be 11 or 12 years now, just for fun, for the funsies. And yeah, with drawing, I always wanted to do a One Piece channel because I love One Piece. And yeah, then I started the Desness the Dwarf channel, completely in English. That was the first time for me. And yeah, amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One second. So sorry. I'm bringing up my question list. So recently, you've been doing a lot of content on the One Piece trading card game. How has your experience been with that so far?
Ah, I love the trading card game. Should I show you my
Yes.
personal favorite card? It's this one. I love this card so much.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Ooh.
Was that set
Ooh.
3? Set 2?
OPO1. And
OPO1?
this is my Charizard card essentially.
Yes.
Nobody plays that card. It's a red-green leader. It's not in the meta, but I play it until it is in the meta. And yeah, I love it. I love the trading card game because just for a quick sum up here, I love the trading card game because A, it's very easy to learn. B, it's One Piece through and through. You have mostly characters, 90% characters. The rest, you don't care at all about the rest, essentially. And then the powers of the characters are even the same as in the manga, and that is really amazing. So yeah, sometimes you have moments on the field where you think, okay, this could be happening in One Piece right now, or this has already happened in One Piece. The situation, yeah, really, really One Piece-esque, really nice.
Yes, yes. Actually, everyone in chat, blow up the chat if you want to see Desnus the Dwarf teach me how to play the One Piece card game on a stream one day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have
to confirm, he has a lot of cards.
Yeah, I have all 3 sets. I don't have any of the 4th yet, but I have full complete list of our full complete of OPO1, OPO2, OPO3. A wonderful follower on TikTok sent me all of her extras, and I'm still trying to build my Whitebeard deck, but whew.
He's got cards he's not sure he's even allowed to play.
Exactly. I do have cards that are not allowed to play. Yes, yes. Goodness.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
So, a One Piece live action. That is where a lot of your following has come from. You, as well as myself, which this is how we met actually, was my content on the One Piece live action, your content of the live. Fun fact, everyone, I watched Desnus for about 2 months before he ever got a hold of me about his One Piece live action clips. And I was like, oh man, this guy's awesome. I love it. It's a German dude talking about One Piece, and he's as hyped for the One Piece live action as I am. So now that it's out, how do you feel about it?
Oh man, I couldn't be happier. It's so amazing. You can talk with normal people in the outside world in real life and talk about One Piece like it's Harry Potter. It's amazing. And when I talk about people, when I go party stuff, and when I talk with people about One Piece, people come into the conversation and say, "Hey, are you talking about One Piece?" It's so amazing.
It's in the trifecta of winning right now, absolutely too. The live action, the anime, and the manga, it is popping off, and people are they're sucking it up. They love it.
It's amazing to be a One Piece fan right now. Yes.
Were you able to get anyone in your life that hadn't seen like the anime or wasn't interested in reading the manga to watch the live action and then get kind of more into it because of that?
Yeah, so my mother watched it, my father watched it, my grandma watched it.
Oh!
They all loved it, and yeah, my father even don't like Pirates of the Caribbean, but liked the live action.
Oh, that's amazing.
A weird take, but
weird take, but yeah, that's amazing. Yes, my mother was a huge fan. She is obsessed with Sanji. She keeps asking me, "Is he okay? Is he still alive in the anime? Is he?" I'm like, "I can't spoil anything for you. I can't spoil anything for you.
You just got to find out."
Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and find out. I did show her though. I did show her Chopper, a picture of Chopper, and was like, "This is the next crewmate." And she's like, "How are they gonna do that? That's a reindeer. What are they gonna do?"
Yeah.
This leads me to.
You need to show her the in-game Riz Lord Sanji, like peak Sanji.
Peak Sanji.
Yeah,
Smoke Sanji. Shout out to some homies in the chat real quick. We have VRZ Edits. We have Grand Line Bound. Smokey, what's up? Handsome from the Discord. Terrible TJ, the GOAT as always.
We got Ragnar in the chat.
Ragnar in the chat. And my wife, who says, hello, Desnus.
Hey, Phil Grandline Bound, VRC Edits. Yeah.
Yes. So, what are you hoping for season 2? Like, what's a scene from like that Alabasta saga that you're hoping they just nail in season 2?
The thing is, my favorite moment of the East Blue haven't even happened in the live action yet. So this would be my favorite moment of season 2, I guess. And after that, I think the Chopper flashback was really the first time, other than the Nami thing, that I really cried over something in the manga. And I think the Chopper backstory always gets me, so I think it's the Chopper backstory for season 2.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'm really looking forward to. I want to see how they do her look. Here alert. Do you have any fan cast for season 2 that you could share with
us? No, not really. I really like the style of taking people that are not really known yet, because they give new people opportunity to be in the spotlight. B, you see a fresh face and don't see other characters in them and stuff. It's like the Harry Potter effect. I never seen something from the Harry Potter actor and don't thought about, okay, that's not Harry Potter. It's like did you saw with Emma Watson the Beauty and the Beast Disney read thing,
Yeah.
and then in one scene she takes a from the tree, how it's in English, stock, a stick. She takes a stick from a tree and walks up to the door, and I thought, okay, now she's saying Alohomora or something like that. So you can't take these off if you if you're familiar with the character and the actor, and yeah, it's really great, and they're doing such a great job, and I think they can find the passionate people for the roles that are being filled in there.
I agree. I think going with I hate to say it this way, but like no name actors is definitely the way to continue the series. Obviously, Emily Rudd had experience, so had Iñaki. He had experience in Mexico with acting and stuff like that, and a couple Netflix shows as well. But having these people come in and they are just as passionate about the project. If they weren't fans before, they learn the source material. It's the best way to do it. Also, hashtag Lucas, Straw Hat Lucas for Frankie in the live action. Let's go. Hashtag.
So what is the fabled Dr. Kreha casting?
Yeah.
What's her name?
It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
It'd be hard to. I've talked a lot of crap about this in some of our talks, but you know what? If there's gonna be one pissed off old lady play Dr. Kreha, it's probably her, because
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, it'll be hard watching her on screen and not expecting Michael Myers to come out of nowhere and try to stab her. So I'm gonna have hard feelings about that. Like,
I think it's nearly confirmed that she will be in there. They already
absolutely.
wrote back and forth and stuff, and she and her best friend.
Pretty sure she was
I
shouted
think,
out
is-
by them already.
Yeah,
Yes.
more than once. Yes.
What's her name? The woman who plays Chopper in the English dub is like
Yeah,
one of her
it's a
closest
friend of
friends.
her. Yeah.
She's got an in.
So
And if she didn't, she didn't need one.
Yeah, exactly. So
Lucas as Ivankov. Victor wrote it.
Yes.
yeah,
Actually, if he's not Bon Clay, then there's just no way.
I can't unless like the last arc hits like 100,000
So-
subscribers plus in the next
Okay.
like 6 months. I can't get Bon Clay. He's
You-
gonna be
you
in
hear
season
it- You hear it here first, but I play the long game. I want to be a Tontata in the live action.
Bet.
Yes!
Bet.
Desness for Leo. Let's go.
That is a very long game to play right there, too. Like,
A very long game.
that's hoping you make it places and they make it places. Like,
I mean, it's the kind of statement or the kind of investment that I did with the whole channel making the live action
Tontata
news. So it's
OP.
exactly the same. OP.
they are OP for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fritz is just now getting into Dressrosa, so he's just now experiencing the joys
Nice.
of the Tontata tribe.
They are
Nice.
so powerful for their size. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
The smallest ones and the biggest ones in One Piece are the strongest. Yes.
So Desness, with
Yes.
how are you feeling with all these new subscribers and stuff, man? I mean, I hit you up and said congratulations on 10,000, and then like 2 weeks later, you
Yeah.
hit over 30, and
Yeah.
then another week. It's wild, man.
I must tell the truth here. I'm really overwhelmed by it. Is that the right word for it?
Yes.
I don't know what to do. I can't thank. It's like every week I put out a tweet or a video or stuff like that where I say I'm so grateful for that. But if I say it again and again, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's still there, and I want to do something with it. But it's so overwhelmingly big. I think it's the first time that I really stumble over. Okay, I should take more care in everything, and it's just overwhelming right now. So yeah,
You gotta
I'm still
stick to what
figuring
you
out
do,
things.
though, because when you act under expectations, you're gonna have there's situations where you're getting that hype now because you are exactly who you are. Don't be
Yeah.
any different.
And that's what
Yeah,
everyone loves about you, Des. Is everyone loves you being you because you get so enthusiastic when you talk about the live action. When you talk about One Piece in general, I mean, we
yeah,
all do, but there's
yeah,
something special about it, brother. There
yeah.
really
We
is.
were talking about
Enthusiasm was always my second name. It's really
we were
yeah,
talking about this before we come on the stream though, talking about bit of a risk taker in those situations. I remember Lucas hyping you up, like you put it all on the line for the live action, and
yeah.
you know what? It's paying off.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I started the channel with just making videos I wanted to do, like theories and stuff. And of course, in the beginning, nobody watches your videos really. And trying to get my subscribers from the other projects I had onto this, and it didn't work well. And then I tried out some things, did a live action video, and the live action really did well. And most times, as a YouTuber, people that are not YouTubers don't understand this maybe, but as a YouTuber, you do things that you want to do and things that you know that people want to watch. And then
yes.
when the stuff that people want to watch and you do it, and this gets successful, you always get a love-hate relationship to it because you really want to express yourself with other stuff as well. But when I make this video, this will be big, so it's kind of love-hate relationship. And then at one point I said, okay, fuck it, I live action constantly, and yeah, that was the great decision there, I guess. Yes.
I really enjoy the fact that now that the live action has come and gone and there's not as much material to be spoken about it with, you've switched to doing the TCG game as well and talking about One Piece in general more. But your videos on the TCG are just brilliant. You speak with the same, like I said, it's that
Yeah.
enthusiasm as you come in and you're just like, look at these cards, look at me play them, I'm winning. Like,
Yeah, I was always the annoying kid that gets to people and telling them 1 hour long monologue about things that I love and stuff. So it really fits for the kind of YouTube vibe, but when you see me outside, it's kind of creepy sometimes. So yeah, but yeah, enthusiasm is everything. I
it
think
is.
yes.
It is. It is. So going back into like current One Piece, what are your thoughts on Egghead so far? We haven't really had the chance to talk about it.
Yes. So Egghead is really interesting. Kind of mirrors many things in One Piece, like Thriller Bark, like the Great War and stuff. But I really can see that it ends. That we are ending it very quick, and nobody expecting it to be so quick. We are ramping up so fast right now, and people still talking about, yeah, One Piece will run for 4 to 5 years from now. No, I think One Piece will be done in the next 2 years, and
Really?
people are not ready for that. I think people are not realizing that we're really in the end game right now. And yeah, it could make longer if something comes up and stuff, but I really think Oda will end the whole is Oda planned to end the whole thing about chapter 1200, I think. Um because he always loves his numbers. He even cut down in the East Blue the Loketown stuff so he can cut down the first thing, the whole East Blue in 100 chapters. So he always loved numbers, and we hit the half at 640, so maybe 1280 would be the whole thing, and that would match up with his projections of what he wants to do and with his numbers and stuff. There's a great video about it from damn it, how's the channel called? I should know this. The one that's making vibing. He's a big One Piece YouTuber as well, but I don't have the name in the head right now. With a bar vibe.
Oh, Hidden Island.
Hidden Island. Yeah, sorry. Yes,
No.
sorry for Hidden Island, but yeah, great videos. And there's a video of him pointing out that all the projections that he made were actually more right than other people think it is, and it's more like hearsaying that people always say, "Oh, Oda doesn't get his times right and stuff." But it was always right, but with some things that interrupted him. And I really think we end this whole thing, and people are not realizing we're ramping up very fast right now with every chapter, bam, 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 bam. And you see that in the story right now. We really see that, and I love Egghead. Egghead will forever be one of the best parts of the story, I guess. Not only for being the final, but yeah, it's so amazing to see all these players come in. We get flashbacks left and right. The characters are on point, and yeah.
Yes, I am thoroughly enjoying Egghead, but I think you're right, actually. My prediction is that it was going to end in about 3 years, so I think you're right. It's going to end a lot sooner than what people are thinking. I said about 1,300 is probably around that number is where he's going to
Yeah,
wrap it up.
that one I would agree. Yeah.
Do you think that Kuma, spoilers for anyone in the chat who is by some chance not caught up to One Piece, I know most of our viewers here are, do you think that Kuma will pass away before the end of Egghead?
Yeah. Also Oda doesn't love to kill his characters, so either he is turned to stone or locked down until the end of the story or something. I could see that more than killing him off, but killing him off would be a great part for the story. But Oda usually don't kill his characters, so
Yes.
but at the same time, when we say it's mirroring the other side of the Grand Line, there will be kills. No, I think not only one character. There will be kills, more than one, I guess. Yes.
I would be prepared to pour one out for our revolutionist homies. All right.
Yes, yes, yes. Fritz, can you do me a solid and take over for 2 minutes? I have to be. I'll be right back. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. And there are a lot of things going on in these current chapters that I don't know if we should talk about. We're just sit here and just grovel about. No. It's wonderful having you on here. There's a lot to this. Like we was talking about how you got your this recent come up in the live action, and then you're talking about the trading card game. There's other aspects to that. Like, do you do? I'm not sure. I'm not current, but do you do like pulls, like card pulls? Do you fresh packs, reveals like that? That's like that. There's a niche to that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a niche to that. I won't be committing my channel to cards games at all, and I think these card game channels that make only card games, they do well with the live stream opening cards and stuff. And but I don't right now. I think I should be focusing on things that make sense for the live action, and the card thing is more like a private thing that I do in my free time. So, but I love the cards for sure, and I would either what I would love is to play against other people on stream. That would be cool to battle against.
Bring in Luke here and definitely have like about a series where you whoop him until he's able to hold his own. And I mean like ruthlessly, like I want to be more dramatic than a hardcore WoW video, like where people are just dropping left and right.
So I in the case of learning more about TCG and stuff, coming into One Piece again after years of in my school time playing Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, I realized, okay, I should get my head around Magic as well, because that's the origin of everything in the case of card games. So I touched into Magic the last few weeks, and woo, that rabbit hole is big. But
I stopped playing Magic in Kayla Desh, I think is what's the set, but sorry, go on.
Yeah, and if you look into the Magic the Gathering YouTube stuff, you see way more content that could be done with the One Piece card game. And I really want to try out some things that haven't been done with the One Piece card game, but has been done with the Magic the Gathering card game, and try to make something with One Piece cards out of it. Like playing live with other people, recording it, cutting it, stuff like that. It's really funny to watch. Really amazing, yeah.
So I have one last content kind of creation question for you, and then I have some just general One Piece and anime questions for you.
Yes.
And it's about your brother's channel, Unity. How has he been feeling about your...
This is so funny because right now he's at the same point that I was before the live action thing. For context, he learned to program and stuff, and he works programming and stuff. And he did a channel in German where he talks about how to learn programming and stuff, and teach some things on a YouTube channel. Didn't get the success he hoped he get, and he me and him are different in the sense that I'm more the creative person and he's more he sees the value behind it. So he's the one that says, okay, this could go well, so I make it, and I'm the one that, okay, could I do this, and then I do it, and then I try other things. You know what I mean? So and he tried it, got nearly nothing out of it, and it wasn't for him. So and then he came up with making just Unity videos to be more niche, because that's a niche like the live action that you can serve. And there's definitely a niche for that. And one of the biggest channels for Unity has gone offline, I think 2 years ago or something like that. So there's always a gap to fill, and many people try to fill that gap, but you can always do your own spice in it. And then he started a channel, has nearly 20 subscribers, did few videos, made concepts for videos, and then Unity fucked up. So if you don't know, Unity is a game engine,
They
and
are in a lot of trouble right now.
most games you play are made in Unity or Unreal Engine, the other side of the coin. And yeah, and now he had the decision, okay, should I commit to Unity? Should I recall my channel and stuff? But he take the same risk as me and go for Unity as well, because now nobody wants to talk about Unity, and now he is the channel talking about Unity. So it's exactly the same thing like me, and we're hoping that Unity can rise up again, and that would be a thing for him as well. And
His videos are very informative. I've watched a couple of them. I subscribed to him, and I copied the link, or I posted his link in the chat. If anyone is interested in game development, Dennis's brother does a lot of great content on it. And as you can see, his name is Unity. That is UNITEA, as in a cup of tea. It's a very clever name. I like it a lot. Yeah, a little cup of tea.
Oh, I wonder who came up with it.
Just to clarify, they are a victim of their own success, and that is why there was a lot of problems.
Totally. It's always the guys in the suits, Lucas.
All right, so what was your first anime, Des?
Oh, I think it was Pokemon. Of course, I think in the TV in Germany there was it started from zero, I guess. They had they placed a new section where kids sit at home after school, and added a new section of just releasing anime in that time gap, and that became a really cool thing. So you can get CDs with all the anime intros, with all of these intros from all of these that are in the same gaps, essentially, and stuff like that. So all these animes in that gap that run after the school were kind of very in the time and stuff. And I think it was definitely Pokemon, because I played the game since I was 6 years old, and yeah, I still know that my mom got pissed because one attack is called translated in English, it's called Aqua Gun. I think it's water splash or something like that in English.
It's water gun. Water gun.
It's water gun. Okay, yeah. And she was kind of upset that we pretend to have a gun and stuff, but she completely got it wrong. And then she watched with us Pokemon, and then everything was fine. And now she's the biggest Pokemon Go player in town.
Oh, that's great.
That's wonderful.
My son just got a Master Ball. He doesn't know what he wants to use it on.
Ooh, on Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So what got you into One Piece?
Same time gap where the animes run in Germany, and there was a little anime about pirates, and we watched it. It was kind of and then we watched it more. It got better and better. Then at some point I bought the manga to get the full story and to reread it and stuff. And then I got with the manga more than the anime, because the German anime was always behind that, way behind it. And then we kept up with the mangas. Sometimes we're wondering, okay, what's the newest stuff and things, and then we began to read badly translated things online, and then I started reading weekly, I think. So it's been about 14 to 15 years that I've been weekly to One Piece, and it's really amazing. I can't recommend it enough. And on the note here, I owe the live action so much. You can't take that in words because I always, since the days since I started reading the mangas and my brother did not, and I read the manga, I kept up with the manga and stuff. My brother didn't care about One Piece at all, and with the every time you talk about the topic, I always said read the manga, read the manga, read the manga. He no, that's nothing for me and stuff. And now with the live action, he watched the trailer, said, "Okay, now I want to read the manga," and he read the manga, and now he's in Dressrosa. So yeah,
Right
so
up there,
he's
right
really,
up there with Fritz.
really amazing. Yes.
Oh goodness. So, what's your favorite arc in all of One Piece?
Hot topic, but thriller bug. I don't know if you get this, but I'm kind of gothic vibe here. I went from emo to metal to gothic. That's a very big scene here in Augsburg, Germany. So you can always go in gothic clubs here, and
Lulu
like
is peaked. All right.
Rammstein and stuff. And yeah, so I really love the vibe. I love the kind of Tim Burton vibe and this whole horror theme and stuff. I love Brooke. I love Brooke's backstory. I love the Frankie stair moment where he builds Fortnite stairs. I love the power up where he docks the pirates together.
Yes,
I
yes.
love the O's stuff. I love the funny moments, like the most amazing thing, the three bad Straw Hat Pirates go out to adventure, had a bad experience. Then after that, Luffy and the other two get out and they had a blast with it. It was so amazing. Scenes like this always keep me up loving the arc. And I am not the Sanji guy. I'm more of the Zoro side. And I think if I would be into Sanji, I would have more to complain about Fuller Bug, but I don't care about the Sanji stuff. It's not the best from Sanji, and I don't care, so it's okay. And I think most people hate it because it's between two great arcs, and it's just a valley after the mountain and before the next mountain. So yeah.
Yes,
Oh, maybe it's God Valley content.
Yes. There's been many hot moments of me definitely not with it when it comes to Thriller Bark. But
Fritz is not a big fan.
there are small moments. There are small moments of great clarity where I can say Thriller Bark does have some peak. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it too much because I'm going to completely destroy my reputation.
But there's always the conversation. It's completely different, and nobody can experience it other than experience it for themselves. It's a complete different experience if you read it weekly or you read it in a book when it's already released. Thriller Bark was for me a great experience back in the day because it was fresh. I waited for the next I think it was when I'm reading the German manga, so I waited for the next release of the next manga, read a few chapters, and then so it was a great experience for me at the time. So yeah, that's a different experience, you know what I mean?
Yes, and I could say for a fact I could agree. I'd see how that would be better because I went through just over half of Dressrosa and I went back just to see if there were things that were missing, and I started reading starting at the beginning of Dressrosa up to catch up where I'm exactly at and see the small details or differences or just the the way the panels were themselves because they are I'm getting brainwashed by it. I'm thinking I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to finish reading it out instead of watching it and just put it on in the background after I know what's going on.
Yes, I've been telling him for months to just read it. I'm like, just read it, man. It's so much better if you read it. Which the anime is amazing. I love watching the anime.
Also,
but
Josh,
when you read it,
I'm going to say Vex is right. Stop it in the chat. He is absolutely 100% correct.
Wait, what is Josh doing?
Oh, he's trying to say who's best girl.
Oh.
Vex has a better one, so whatever.
Big Mom.
Yeah, Perona has two reasons to love Thriller Bark, so
I do love her when she returns with Zoro. That's the best. That's the best outfit there.
So you've already said Sanji's definitely not it. So who is your favorite Straw Hat?
Okay, at first reading the manga and stuff, it was always Zoro. Then it was in the era where I played every One Piece game multiple times, it was Chopper for me because he has always the best abilities in the game, in my opinion. And then after that, it became Luffy, and since then it's Luffy, of course, because it, Luffy is just uh, what is what is the word in English when you really admire a person and want to be like that person? What's the word for it? A role model? Role model?
Yes. Role
Yeah.
model. Yes.
Luffy is almost like a role model in case of optimism and being open up to people that you don't know and stuff. And I really love his enthusiasm, and we see that in Yaki very much that it is a real thing. It can be done if you're committing to it, and I really love the positivity. Yes,
Was Zanaki your favorite in the live action?
definitely.
Yeah, same. He embodied Luffy to me.
So I had some trouble with the live action
Hmm.
when the like in the first half, and definitely in the first larger half. Every time that he did like an iconic emote, if you would say, of like how Luffy would do, like I'm gonna be king of the pirates. It sounded like a question, like he was still not sure of himself up until like the
Okay.
very last bit of the live action. Like there were certain things like that where he realized how big of shoes he's got to fill and was terrified of that said shoe to fill.
Yeah, of course, it must be a big task to fill that role. When Luffy is the
He came to it though. He came to it. I'm not saying it
yeah
was bad. It seemed
yeah.
like he was more asking himself, is he really going to be king of the pirates? Instead of like, I
Okay,
am going to be king of the pirates.
Yeah.
It was just a
but
big
yeah, I
difference
think
in energy.
when you see Inaki before the role and after the role, it's a different person as well. He got so much out of it as well. So I really think there's a transition here, and I love the kind of things he makes. Like he after they finished recording the East Blue, he went on a sailing trip where you learn how to sail and stuff with a small crew, and you go 80 days on a ship, and he made that after the East Blue, which makes completely sense. Well, because after the East Blue, Luffy experienced sailing for the first time as well, and this is so key to his character. I love it that he's fully committed in a role.
So
Yeah,
my it's amazing the links that not only him but Taz, Emily, Jacob, McKinney, they all went to so many links just to nail these characters, and it paid off so well. I wish we would have seen more of Jacob as Usopp in the live action. I do feel like we missed an opportunity there with him, but I'm excited for Alabasta because we all know he's gonna
yeah.
have some big moments in Alabasta. Um, so
I'm excited to see Usopp being defensive on the steps in Alabasta. I want him to hold
Also,
the line, bro.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Also, when I always compare the live action to other successful TV series or movies that work well in adapting a text or a comic book and stuff. And I if you compare it to Game of Thrones, the live action comparing to Game of Thrones in the terms of story and story progressing and stuff, in Game of Thrones you already know, okay, Red Wedding will be big, but in between there's much lore to go through to get to the Red Wedding. In One Piece, we got so much Red Wedding going on, not in the case of killing people, but in the case of drama, baby. And I really love this that they easily can adapt the story, and they have always more. It's like anchor points that when people watch it, it could make click and they love One Piece. And if you have more of them in there, and One Piece has plenty of them in there, so a really big thing. And I really can see that with each moment that's coming out in the live action for the second season, for the third season, for the fourth season, with each of these moments, it could make click for people and they really love One Piece, get into the manga and stuff, watching our silly videos. And yeah, I really can see that it's like a Game of Thrones effect where an event happened that really is fitting the audience, but we have so much to choose from, and I think it could happen any time that we really get off with the live action to another realm. Yeah.
The
A
way you're
lot of
saying, the way you're explaining that though, is that if you want more or even a scaled up version of that effect, I think season two needs to have some more exploration because as far as the like you're saying the pacing, I feel like in the episodes we got, it was pretty rushed. Where like I want to see where we might not end up knowing everything about uh like skipping into further arcs as fast as possible because I think we need to take some more time to fill her out.
So people always say there's no time to fill in East Blue in 8 hours, and stuff like that. I think they did it somehow, even with taking off some things and rearranging some things.
Django.
But for example, but Django was definitely a decision they made along the way, because they had that casting already and stuff. So
I know it just
that
seemed
was
like
a
it was
decision.
for them to have that come up, like to overcome that kind of power and then not even present that power at all and the live
Hmm.
action, like that's I get
I
why,
think
but
I understand that when you're coming from the manga and the anime, especially the anime, and going into the live action, you say, oh, there's a lot of stuff that's missing. But the key points are there. They get through the story, and the key thing is they managed to get you with the live action exactly where the manga ends with the same time they ended in the story. You know what I mean? So you can go from live action to manga immediately without any worries. The only thing is that they picked the time where in the anime the story with Buggy comes after that, and everybody thinks, okay, how does Buggy ends up on this island? But after that, then that there, if you start with Loketown after that in the manga or in the anime, you can completely read through it and have no problem with everything. The only thing that would make you kind of questioning something is when you go into Water 7 and everybody is shocked that Garp is his granddad essentially.
Yeah.
I
But
just
other than that, yeah, I
at the
think you
same
can.
time, also like another gripe I would have is like not having Hotchan casted and in included in Arlong Park.
I think there is someone that they have listed as Hachi, but it's not
Yeah,
Hachi, if that makes sense. It's the
yeah,
green-haired guy that
yeah.
Nami's playing poker with. That's
It was definitely a cutting decision, and you
Mhm.
always could give another person the thing about the fish, the role of Hachi in the later arcs. It's a difference, yes, but is Hachi really that necessary? I would argue not.
As far as like being important to the comic relief, being to the future progression of actually making it to Fishman Island, and then directly ignoring his character and removing him from the end
well,
of season one, yeah, I think it is kind of a bad decision.
but at the same time, not to play devil's advocate here, but if they are going to use that guy that Nami was playing poker with,
Yeah.
it still makes sense. Like it could. What I think what Des is trying to say is it could be any Fishman as long as they hit those comedic relief moments, the emotional beats where he's lying on the floor and apologizing to Nami for what he did to her. Like
I could
that's what's
even
important.
I could even see making an original character that's only for the live action that was by the Fishman by Arlong's team and left their team earlier before we even get to the East Blue story. So he's not
Mhm.
during Arlong Park, but he met Nami. He experienced everything with Nami. It's because of Nami he decided to left Arlong Park. Uh, then it would be the next question why he left her there. But you know what I mean. They could always
It's a retcon
put something
situation.
in.
He probably will be in there later
Yeah.
on. They will have to
Yeah,
flashback moment his existence back into the live action. I just feel like instead of going that way, what was the extra 5 minutes of an episode to kind of like conjure him into existence?
Yeah,
Not
that's
even
fair.
5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He wasn't even that important for the fact that he got Zoro around. You know, he was already,
so
he'd been duped
yeah,
into that realization. What was 5 minutes? You know, where was that 5 minutes anywhere else in that episode? Like,
but the thing essentially is important for the first season was to make sure that Netflix and other people that don't know One Piece get the idea of One Piece. So the Netflix can see there's potential. We could put more money in it and we get it back. And we could make them any risk and it would pay out in the long run. Stuff like that was important to deliver in the first season so they can gain trust for making more. And I think we know we all knew that they made cuts left and right, and I know Lucas was very sad because Hachi was one of his favorite characters.
I mean, he
but
has a character based on that character.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he would be the most
I would-
upset. And I'm not
I would
here
be-
to make argument just for the fun of
Yeah.
it. You're the right person to
Yeah.
probably have these talks with because you're such an avid fan and have been such a promoter for the live action. I just feel like these were like little nitpicks that I had. And at the same time, I really did enjoy the live action. It's a whole nother experience though.
I completely agree. It would be better if Hachi would be there in any way. Even would it just be a fishman that only has fish ears or something, and he would be called Hachi. It would be better if he would be there, and they cut him. But that's the thing, and I think they can work it out nonetheless. And they even have Randy in the team now, so I have no worries anymore.
Yes.
Nobody can say anything else. So
one last gripe about Hachi though is how is everybody going to be defensive towards him if they don't know of his existence and they didn't portray his existence? Because when they first show up, there is a tension because they remember him being a part of the Arlong Pirates. They remember him being on the wrong side of things.
But on the other side, was it really clever for Oda to make Hachi regretting things and then make a turn and then being so into it, making a plus for the Straw Hats? Because when you think about it, he could have done that any time during the before the East Blue arc to Nami, helping her in any way, even with Arlong not knowing about it. He could give her money or something else or help her, and you know what I mean? So it's kind of it's the source material, yes, but
she would have never accepted help from strangers. That's up until Luffy, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go move on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, he's right.
Spicy stuff, boys. Spicy stuff, boys. So, Desnus, what is your hottest One Piece take? A headcanon or anything, like something that you think that others might not agree with.
So I think when you see Foxy, people always try to forget about Foxy. When you see Foxy and hear something like Sebek was the greatest pirate ever, the strongest ever and stuff, it could easily be that Sebek was nothing but a Buggy type situation, or a Foxy type situation where he just had an OP devil fruit or tricked people or something like that. And over that is the argue of, okay, his fruit is OP, but essentially you could make any fruit OP if you really want to get all things out. You know what I mean? So people underestimate Foxy, people underestimate the power of Sebek, I think, and I really think Buggy is the OG. Buggy will be the king of the pirates before Luffy, and Buggy is so strong he could even break the red line with his power.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I because everyone thinks the red line will be destroyed. I think Buggy will awaken his fruit and be the one to destroy it.
If Buggy can really take out his fruit and make the most out of it, he can split the red line for sure.
Instead of splitting himself, he can split all of existence.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the pyramid.
We're all Adams now. Woo!
Yeah, I was about to spoil something for Fritz. He's right there in Dressrosa. I was about to explain some awakening stuff, but I didn't want to. I'm just gonna hold off. Stream Tainted Marth. Shout out to Tainted Marth. Goated guy. Right
Tainted Marth.
Another German. I was gonna say another German One Piece creator. Great man. Okay, what was the first moment in One Piece that completely just broke you? I'm not talking like little tears. I mean sobs, crying hard.
For me, every time it's the beheading of Luffy in the East Blue. Every time. I- Um, I know most people say, yeah, things like Nami, things like Robin and stuff, but for me, it was it goosebumps. When I think of it, it's still goosebumps. It was so amazing for me as a kid. I don't know why. And then after that, in one of the One Piece, in the first One Piece game on the PlayStation 1, they really dragged the whole opening about that scene, and that made me even love it more, I guess. And I really loved that scene because it was the first time you was really shocked essentially about Luffy's luck and pure um Nikan's yeah.
Yeah, Nikaness. I like that. I like that.
Luffy, in my mind, like if you was talking about headcanon earlier, right? And you
Yeah.
was talking about like, what would something or a theory of like Luffy, because he ate the fruit he did eat, and the way that it affected his body before he like has his realizations of it, and if he ever does, is that because he ate it at such a young age, instead of developing much further, the rest of his body just stretched. So he does literally have the mind of a child. Like he has those unhindered, dreams and ability to see things in a way that an average person who sees a dreary average life, who could not accept anything as but what it is.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he is the way he is. He's protected from growing old in that sense of his mind, where he's not completely dulled by the realities of life.
And he's not liberating people, he's liberating art as well, because with Luffy and the way Oda writes things, he always kept going with, okay, I invent new stuff that I can do even more stuff in a city pirate story, like adding devil fruits. It's like mashing Marvel and Pirates of the Caribbean together.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
adding the Grand Line is like making the, how is it called in English? It's Scheibenwelt in German. I think it's Planeswalker or something like that in
Yeah.
English, the book from H.P. Lovecraft.
Hmm.
Um,
Planeswalker.
um, you add things like that, and you basically can do anything, and every reader would be okay with it. We go from video game arc to from Japanese arc to video game arc to uh, Alice in Wonderland to, you know what I mean. Oda can do anything, and he made sure that he really can do that anytime he wants, and everyone would be okay with it. From the powers, from the world, from the animals, and it's really freedom that he established for himself in his world, so he can do whatever he wants. And Luffy's power was just the tip of the iceberg with him getting into other art styles and stuff. It's peak. Oda is peak.
I'm
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, boys. I gotta take the suit off.
if I got
Whoa,
Looney Tunes
you
by
can
my
leave your
enemies,
head
I don't know
on.
what I would do. I'd give up, bro. Like if I got Daffy Ducked by my enemy because he has the ability to turn into everything into a cartoon, like for real, I'd quit. I'd quit life. I quit my job. Like
Yeah, that's what he does, though. That's what Luffy's all about, man. Breaking people's dreams.
it's like
And
Duck
I
season
feel the
fire
same
on
way.
his enemies.
He goes Tom and Jerry on people, and then it's
For
over.
real. Wait, no, he doesn't just go.
Goodness,
He doesn't just go Jerry. He goes He goes his cousin, who like can be hit with hammers and it breaks and bends the hammer.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
Ugh, I'm running out of questions.
Also, we talked about hot takes. Another hot take, I really think that people don't have the mind about it. People always discuss about devil fruit types, and this devil fruit is this type and this type. In our world, if you made types about something, it's all man-made. Nothing is there in the real world. It's all man-made. People are trying to categorize things. So the devil fruit types are also just categories that human made in the world. So it's just a guy that decided, okay, let's make types so we can clear out about what we're talking about, and to make uh sense of, okay, this could be this could be this. And I think the guy that made the devil fruit book realized, okay, there's essentially 3 or 4 type of devil fruits, so categorize them. And it's not written in how is it called in English? You know what I mean? It's not written in stone that
Yeah.
if a power is this or this, it can't be this or this. I think it's more open-minded, and if a person really want to establish a power with their power, they really can do. And the freedom thing for Luffy is not only a Luffy thing, but for all Devil Fruit users or essentially
Ooh.
everybody in the world. Because how can a starfish decide he's a person and then he can talk? That's not possible. That's only possible if you live in One Piece,
Yeah.
and other people didn't realize it yet that you can do essentially everything you want. And I think the point that really got me around this was the point that Law using essentially his power to imitate the power of Corazon. So
Mhm.
he can bend his power or use his imagination with his power to realize something that other person can do essentially. So I think the rule about Luffy that he can do anything is not about Luffy, it's about the whole world. And people are just talking about categories like the YouTubers on YouTube
Yeah.
talking about Devil Fruit categories and just reading from the book, okay, he's a rubber boy, he can stretch. Bam! But never tried out to rubber the whole city or blow up your enemy and make a rubber animal out of it or something like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like with Buggy, he could split the red line essentially if he wants to and aims for it. He I don't know. Foxy could make an island that is completely slow-mo and he can walk around it easily or something like that. Marco could maybe rebirth a whole island, things like that. Anything is possible. You know what I mean? If
I
you
like,
just
yeah,
yeah.
I really like that idea that everyone thinks that the imagination aspect is intrinsically tied to Luffy, but in reality, it's tied to all devil fruits because all devil fruits come from that will that
Yeah.
Vegapunk talked about.
And if
I
you
like
think
that a
about it,
lot.
yeah, and if you think about it, there's no mind that's more open than that of a child. And like my good reactor Uzumaki-kan said, Luffy Gear 5 is just a child with his imagination. And
Mhm.
if you're open-minded for everything, then you don't have the boundaries of okay, I can do that because I don't know, maybe to compare it with something, I don't know. Let's talk about. Let's take a very silly devil fruit, like I don't know. What is the one where you can wear other people?
Jacket,
The
jacket.
jacket.
The jacket. Yeah. If you say, okay, I want to fly and I have the jacket fruit. How can I manage that? And they are not creative or open-minded enough to think about what they could, how they could come to this point. You know what I mean? But I would go and search a bird that I really like, wear that bird as a jacket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Or
I could fly.
I was
turn into
actually
a
when I
jacket
watched
and
that, I
glide.
was a fan of that.
Yeah, I really
That
loved it.
wasn't
Yeah.
terrible. Like hearing about the jacket fruit is much worse than actually seeing how it was used. And
Yeah.
this is facts. Like hearing
Yeah.
about it,
Listen,
it's like
I
okay.
everyone thinks I hate the jacket. I don't hate it, okay?
Yeah.
I got harassed by it when I first started my devil fruit rankings. Everyone kept recommending the jacket. Even after I did it, everyone jacket though. Jacket, and I was haunted by it for like
Yeah, yeah.
3 months.
But it at first glance it is a silly devil fruit, and it would
Yeah,
be funny if you would have a whole city wearing other people or something like that. You could
Yeah,
make
we
a whole
talked about that.
you could
Yeah.
make a whole sugar situation out of it and stuff. So yeah, it's really amazing. Every devil fruit is only limited by their user's mind. There you have it.
Yes. Vexus in the chat said there are no bad devil fruits, just bad devil fruit users. I
Yes.
agree.
absolutely.
That's like the gun conversation. There's people guns don't kill people. People kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So you've seen the jacket now, Fritz.
Yes, it's
Yeah, it's not a bad power. I mean, you have to have somebody that wears you in
so
less like
he has a
hypothetical
Green Mile
awakening.
We hit
situation where the
Lucas'
guy is
favorite
super
topic.
peaceful,
Check
but he's
it,
built
check it.
like a brick
Discuss.
shit house. So he puts the guy inside him who's built like a brick shit house, and now he's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, it's the Funk Brothers are definitely a good combo with it. Like they lucked out getting the jacket
Like
fruit.
he is like he's the most peaceful, large built giant. You know, like it's exactly as I said.
The question that I have about it now is, what does the inside of the jacket feel like?
That's probably like a void situation. Like what's inside of a Pokeball feel like?
Yeah,
Oh, now we know.
exactly.
We now know.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh
canon
yeah.
answer to that now.
Yes. It's like a little habitat for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just in a state of like unconsciousness. You know, like he
Yeah. Oh,
obviously
underneath it.
he doesn't realize he's like the unconscious user of a Titan. He's just he's in there.
Get
Your
in your
brother.
brother, Kelly.
Yeah, I just read that too. Oh goodness. Okay, so we've gotten most of the interview part out of the way. Would you guys be comfortable? I know Fritz, you haven't read it yet. Would you be comfortable talking about
I've
the
already
new
got
chapter?
I already got the best information from it from our good friend here. He has
Yes.
definitely filled me in on the piece.
I need to use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Get the chat hyped up, guys. Please,
Woo!
please, please, please.
Woo! Was gifted.
Just a
3-day was
Tanuki!
gifted. What?
Torimori, Apsi, Poggy,
Chestnut
Rage,
Tanuki just got
all
gifted
got
by 3-day trip.
gifted. Yeah,
Wow.
3-day. Thank you. Nice. And Vexus too?
Absolutely.
Let me. Do I have? I hope I have the gifts on as well.
W3-day. Thank you.
Make sure to enable the gifts so you can get gifts as
Absolutely.
well.
It should be right there. You don't want to miss your chance. All right.
I really don't like it that you must activate it first. I don't know
I
why
know
did
it's
they
like
make such a thing, but yeah.
there are a lot of
Okay.
things that need hyped up about like the interaction stuff in the chat for YouTube.
Hmm.
It's been lacking for so long, and it's not like they don't have the budget to make it better.
Yeah. So, live action. We talked about live action, but we didn't catch up to what you think they will do with the end. So, I think they already said they want to make it step by step, but there will be a time where they end it. Where do you think they ended?
How far do they make it? So
Yeah.
for me, logically, they're gonna make it to where they say goodbye to the Going Merry. They'll make it at least that far before, because it's a whole nother situation, a whole nother how would you say? To me, it's a whole nother type of story. They've moved on beyond certain things where they start wrapping up for making it closer to the Grand Line, the end game. Like there's that second of the story where they've made that journey with the Going Merry after they've got on it and they've made their crew, and then they start considering moving forward to where they actually start adding more crew members. It's like classic vanilla moving on to expansion. Like
Yeah.
What do you guys
I think when we think the live action will end, when it must be ended. Yeah, I agree. I would totally love them to see come to Water 7 because
that's a pretty
it's
good
a
journey too.
groundbreaking thing for many people. Yes. I personally, of course, want Thriller Bug realized, but
Yeah.
other than that, I want to see the Tontatas after the time skip, or maybe some Tontatas before the time skip.
We gotta
even.
be realistic
Then,
here, though. Like,
yeah.
or do
Yeah,
you
the
think
realistic
they'll
point,
be heading that way still in 5 years?
the most realistic thing is they talked about 6 seasons. I broke it down in a video where I said 6 seasons would be totally doable to end it with the time skip, and the time skip would be a perfect time to tell people go read the manga or enjoy the anime.
So Joe here says they think the Going Merry will be burned in season 3.
That'd be really quick.
That's what I'm saying. That's like way quick.
That's season 4 things we're talking about.
Yeah. They're planning right now. They want to do 12 seasons, is what Matt Owen said.
Yeah,
they have up to 6 planned out, from what I understand.
Yes.
With the current situation, though, with how everything is going, do you think like we're in a point where like is it going to be on hiatus? Are we actually going to hit the seasonal kind of deadlines that people expect?
So I don't think we'll see season 2 until early 2025, if that, sadly.
These kind of
But
things put a death on these stories, though.
yeah, and but they have said that, after they get the second season out, that they hope to make it yearly, so that it's every year we're getting a season. So they're trying to figure out like the best way to do that.
Also, they will do more stuff in advance. One of the points that Randy really was keen about was recording scenes that can be done at the same time, like flashbacks or something like that. We have the story for the future. Let the actors that play in flashbacks play the other flashbacks even before they came up, so the flashback would be continuous, and that would be cheaper in the long run. So, with Randy Troy always praying that now on the team, I really think they will go into that, and flashbacks. What would be a flashback that would fit for this as an example? Let me think about the characters. Robin, of course. If you show something in Alabasta. Yeah, let's take Robin for an example. If they just show a little bit of
I don't think
Robin's
there should be
past,
many flashbacks of Robin in Alabasta whatsoever. Like
but
Yeah, that's
they,
how he
in
said.
Alabasta they told that she's the devil of O'Hara, I think.
they didn't give any specifics whatsoever.
Okay, then I'm wrong. Okay, but that, okay,
Like
then
to her character in the
I can
flashbacks
think
to
of a
expect
character
from the
right now.
future, I don't think like there's no like kid version of Robin that they're gonna just be revealing the shit out of that's gonna be relevant in 4 seasons.
But they will definitely, like in the season 1, will add things that didn't happen in Alabasta, but will make it into it so it's more connected to the other stories. So we could get a little bit of Robin there. We could get more of Hero Look, maybe. We could get more of Smoker, more of Ace, definitely. So, yeah.
Oh,
Cody.
Cody's gonna join in to talk about the chapter, but I agree, Des. This like they could have done like Sanji's child actor. They could have recorded his whole cake scenes as
Yes.
well, and done, which I don't
Yeah.
want to say too much because of Fritz, but they could have done that whole storyline and recorded that so they have it for the future. That's a brilliant idea. It's a very, very, very smart
And
way to
Randy
do
was
it.
saying that every time, and now he's on the team, so I think they will do it because it's cheaper in the long run. And
Yes.
it, like Fritz said, if you do this, then it's more possible to fill in the gaps to release a season sooner than other things.
Yes. Especially like, cause I was thinking about that. I was like, oh yeah, because then when they hit Water 7 and they do Frankie's flashback, they can shoot that scene in Wano where he's meeting, and stuff like that.
well,
He's getting really close to Wano. I don't want to spoil him more.
I know, but every time you say like there's anything that has to do with a flashback, there's like when you consider in the moment as you're pacing through the story, like there are certain flashbacks that fill in gaps, and then there is a pure lack of any flashback whatsoever. It leaves you for speculation for like literally episodes to arcs to season. You're like,
So
it's hard. It's
most
hard to decide when to pick and choose when to flashback, especially when you're already cutting stuff for the live action, and then you
so
want to put stuff in there.
yeah, flashbacks are mostly done in One Piece between parts of stories, like in the Acts of Wano, or like the first half of the whole Robin situation, the second half of the Robin situation. It's a turning point for the story, and it's always these kind of flashbacks that goes into parts of the story, and that fits for the live action format as well for the series format. So I really think they will invest more in flashbacks, especially with them dragging out Kobe, and they even showed the whole flashbacks for Nami and for Sanji that
And
you didn't saw
I'm not
in
saying I'm not
the
excited to see Akiji
yeah.
freezing the entire continent layer. They're just like freezing the whole island. You know, like I want to see that, but I want to see it rightly paced with the rest of the story.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Cody, do you have any questions for Des before we talk about the chapter?
You remember me, Mr. Big Shot?
Yes, everyone in the audience, say hello to SSJ8 Cody, the musician of the last arc.
And the special great sorcerer. I will be referred to as such forever.
Bro has got the mad mind for remembering like literally all the anime songs, intro songs. He is peak.
Yes, Desnus, I'm sure remembers you. He did invite you to one of the Opla banquets.
I was on a ton of them. They were really fun.
Oh, yeah,
I had
yeah,
a
you
lot of
were on
fun
a couple.
getting to stream.
Yeah. We were,
It was
and
the
yeah,
only time we missed out on one stream with Lucas. The one stream me and Lucas could have been on there together, we missed. And I remember Desnus being so bummed out because he's like, "No, I needed you and Cody because you guys would be so amazing together." And I'm like, "Yeah, we stream all the time." And he's like, "Oh, thank goodness."
yeah.
Oh, goodness. So, what did we think of this chapter, boys?
It was fire. Mid.
It's
It was
amazing.
for
You
me.
had
It
like
was
literally
fire
5 seconds to read it.
because you had essentially Kuma's life part 2, and yeah, some spicy things in there, like Dragon being a former
Marine?
Navy.
Marine?
Who called that?
That
Like,
was pretty
who
wild.
who had bets on the board for that one?
Everyone. Yeah, Cody,
Everyone,
me,
yeah.
Dindin, Dez, everybody was like, he was a Marine before this.
And it makes the situation with, even in the live action, with Garp wanting Luffy to be a Marine even more deeper and more better.
But why would
And
Garp
yeah.
want to set himself up to fail? He failed with his son. Now he's gonna fail with his grandson too. Like,
I think he don't see it as a fail. He don't see it as
This is the only person who had a problem with this. The only problem I had with this chapter, as someone who likes to read manga, there's a lot of words on the screen. There's a lot of words on the screen. There's a lot of exposition happening, which I don't mind. I don't mind getting questions they answer, like seeing the callback to Thriller Bark with Kuma and that, getting exposition on Ginny and how the whole town like reacts to her, the Tyrant King finally getting revealed. Like, I'm loving all of the reveals we're getting. It's just like, damn, dog, do you really gotta have a speech bubble for that? That's crazy.
and the biggest
answer.
and the biggest idea after the chapter for me was, okay, they talked about Kuma and Ginny marry
Mhm.
together, but they didn't talk about a child or something. So in my thought, it would be cool if Ginny is actually Bonnie. They're the same person.
see, I knew Cody
And
wouldn't
like
be with
that.
that one. I
just
knew Cody wouldn't be
de-aged.
with that one.
I agree though, Des. I'm starting to think it too, because everyone thought Bonnie was a clone, but I don't think she's a clone. I think the devil fruit, when Ginny first got it, regressed her to a child because she didn't know how to
Yes.
control it and wiped her mind now. That's what I'm thinking.
Or Kuma wiped her mind, or
Or
something
Kuma,
like that.
yeah, or Kuma wiped her mind.
Was it
But
to
see,
it would have to be like it would have to be to save her, save
Yeah.
like protect her, because you see a lot of these stories where they go way out of lengths to protect these the kids or the younger ones so that they don't be attacked for their status.
yes,
So
yeah, it's
that
definitely
would
out of.
make
And
sense, but I'm
and-
not saying I agree with it either. I'm with Cody. Like, I don't think that's the case.
Bonnie's character design is peak, and Ginny has freckles. And as much as I love Ginny's freckles, Bonnie's character design, they put freckles on Bonnie's face and ruin what I've been simping for like over a decade. I'm gonna lose it.
and some evidence of that, Uteron picked up on Twitter, and I retweeted it. If you want to see it, it's so mind blowing. Oda once said that his favorite character in the Harry Potter movies is Ginny Weasley. Okay, Ginny Weasley, and the actor who's playing Ginny is what called in real life? Her first name is fucking Bonnie.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh no, don't even. You're adding more sauce to it.
Yeah, he is. He's adding waste. That's spicy. I didn't know
Sprinkle it.
that. I knew that Oda's favorite character was Ginny Weasley. I didn't know that the actress's name was Bonnie, though. That's wild.
Mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, that's mind blowing.
You can see the
Oof.
hope just escaping from Cody's face.
There's no hope escaping. I'm still firm on my belief that there are two different people.
I agree with
There's
you.
no hope
I do agree
escaping.
with you. They are two
But an
different
argue
people.
against that would be if Ginny and Bonnie is the same person, why the haircut? That's the only thing.
Bets
That's
on
the
the
only
board.
Why
Bets on
why
the
did
board.
Oda go out of the way to show us that when Ginny was a child, she still had the freckles on her childlike design, but when Bonnie regresses her age to a childlike state, she doesn't have freckles?
That's
That's
a
the
good
only other
point.
caveat.
It is a
Like
good point.
Oda takes character design like way into mind.
Yeah,
Character
you're right, you're
color,
right.
teeth, and everything. So I mean, the freckles are like the only. But Lilith, not Lilith. What's her name? York. York has the
Yeah,
freckles, and I mean
yeah,
York and Ginny are like almost a one
yeah,
to one. If I
yeah,
had to call it, it's York. If any of the satellites are based off like Ginny,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see that all
definitely,
of the satellites like almost
Mhm.
have like a
definitely.
perspective of Ginny, but I feel like Ginny's just really smart, and maybe that's why Vegapunk took after her. But I think if
Maybe
anyone were
if
to
we
be like a
say if we
one-to-one,
say
it's York.
if we say that all the satellites are based on a person that once lived, maybe. How is the one? I think it was the names. Oh my god, sorry. The
I
one
know I was drawing a blank
with the
earlier because it was like girl
uh,
one. Wait, there's more than one girl.
no. The one with the head on from the musician from the French musician thing.
There's
Uh,
Shaka.
yeah, maybe
Oh.
Shaka, because with this jacket thing, it always reminded me a little bit of Law. Maybe
Yes.
that's inspired by Law's father or something like that.
That would be
I
insane.
started a poll on this, and it is Ginny and Bonnie, and it's either A, the same person, or B, two different people. We'll let the chat decide on that one.
Yes.
Chat doesn't decide. Oda decides. Chat doesn't decide anything.
We're gonna go for popular belief, and I'm sure it will land on two different people.
Oh, that's a good point Joey made. That 3 satellites are based off of Ginny's personality. Maybe all of the satellites are related to Puma once, and he made the satellites for thing.
Yeah, I think
I got
that.
a question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, so after the reading of this chapter, I only have one question that's been burning in my mind ever since. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is making Kuma Seraphim defy orders? Because even before it went onto the island to do anything, they said that this one was a troublemaker.
Mhm.
What is the difference with Kuma's Seraphim compared to the other ones? Because I mean,
two things. We already know the seraphims can interact with each other without saying anything. Yes? We know that the seraphims keep a little bit of personality from the original person in it. Yeah? So A, I want to see a Doflamingo team up. B, the Kuma was definitely trying to get to island, so he made himself looking defected, and then he came in the right way to get to Egghead Island. And 3, Kuma reacting after the whole Egghead incident begins. He is definitely connected with them. So I'm still in the thought that Order 66 like type thing could happen anytime.
do you think Seraphim have a will of their own?
Yeah.
They can use hockey.
Yeah.
But
so-
I mean, they do take orders from the world government subserviently. So I wonder, like, do they have their own specific will that drives them themselves, or is it just inherited from the person they're based off of?
I think it's how is the one called from Marvel, the robot thing?
Vision.
Iron Man?
Vision. Yeah, or the evil version of Vision.
Ultron.
It's an Ultron type of situation. I think there's hurdles that he could remove to get a free will, but they are still there. Yeah.
I like that though. I like that take a lot. I think with the whole Ginny and the ties to Vegapunk, I think that the reason Kuma even knows Vegapunk is Ginny. I think she was maybe like a pupil of his or something like that, and that's the reason. Like maybe she does die, and that's the reason he inspired all of the female Vegapunks after her, because she looks like Lilith. She looks dead on to Atlas. Not Atlas, York. And Atlas has her haircut like perfectly. Like there's a lot of ties there. A lot of ties.
Yeah, and Ginny was exceptionally smart to be able to hack through the world government stuff on God Valley to be able to send that message out to the whole world. Like, that's serious brain power. No one else was moving like that. Just throwing it out there. That's my girl, Ginny. Also, yeah, like, Ginny and Bonnie can't be the same person, because I can't simp for, like, one person. It's got to be two different simping. Ginny's hot. Can we get... But Oda still got it, dog! Oda can still without it.
He got that dog,
if Ginny and Bonnie is not the same person, Bonnie is totally a child. And if
No
she's not
way.
a child, she's a robot and nobody knows it.
Ooh, I like that.
No.
I like that. Ooh.
No.
I don't think she's a child. I don't think
This-
she's a clone.
I
But
don't
a
think you need an
robot.
ex machina of also having Bonnie that way. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Ginny's banging. I'm gonna get back on topic here. Ginny is hot. Otis still got that cover page. Oh my goodness! But
I
like,
think it ignited in you in the chapter where Bonnie grabs out the water
Original-
of her clothes and stuff.
oh my gosh, no! I've been simping for Bonnie ever since Blackbeard asked her, "Say, haha, wanna be my woman?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I get it, I get it,
I get
Blackbeard."
it.
I was like
I
that.
get
That's
it.
what won my. I was a child when I liked Bonnie, so like, no, like.
this is kind of fucked up justification.
I don't want to drop One Piece.
Can somebody tell me which kingdom they said that the old version of Bonnie was the queen from?
Sorbet.
During
So the same kingdom that we saw in
Same
this chapter.
kingdom. So
Queen
at
Dowager
any point,
Connie.
at any point, someone looking like her must be queen of that thing, right?
Yeah, at some point. At some
Also,
point, definitely.
What's
So
funny
it
about
doesn't.
that?
It didn't happen yet, right?
No, they haven't said yet, like how that ties into it, like how she
But
was
that
able.
doesn't fit at the moment because we know that.
Mhm.
So either she came back after she get kidnapped, or she died. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know how to handle
Every
this.
time we get a little bit of answers on what's going on with Bonnie, more questions come up.
So just more reasons why to simp. What are you talking about?
We did find out because of the Volume 107 SBS though that her devil fruit's name is the Toshi Toshi no Mi, or age fruit.
And that's another dub for Cody. It's not the Toki Toki no Mi. Can I get another?
Woo! Well, I said that it was the Toki Toki no Mi model age or something like that.
You
Like,
gotta do a Gwitty.
yeah, hit the Gwitty. Cody.
Sorry, man. When I get a theory that I'm right on, I just like, you gotta ride that high. I'm sad that Kuma sleeps. That's all I'm gonna say.
But with Kuma, him taking all of the pain from the elderly of Sorbet Kingdom is something I didn't expect. And it just paints Kuma in such a different light than we've seen him in the entire series. Like, we always knew he was a good person, but this man is altruistic entirely. Like, he is...
He is the one. All right.
He's
Wait.
the one.
We did know that at one point Kuma was the king of the Sorbet Kingdom
Yes.
because
Yeah,
Jinbei
that
said
was-
it. So she is the queen of it. So and this had happened. Don't happen yet. So she was saved after the thing,
Yes.
and but the reason that she was was captured must ignite something in the story, not just a lame cliffhanger. So, but after that, they must marry and get to be the king of the thing, and after
They
that,
overthrew him.
they get in trouble with the.
World government, probably.
But how does it come that people like Jinbei think they are bad people when they essentially did the?
Well, that's the thing is now because of this chapter and all the chapters we've had recently, it's pretty clear that the world government spread the rumor or spread the word that Kuma was a tyrant king of the Sorbet Kingdom.
Also,
I always love that Morgans fulfill the phrase of the bird is the word and he sends the word out.
It's like an entire island thinking Doflamingo is their hero when actually he's the villain. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Exactly. It's a parallel to that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of Doflamingo, in Dressrosa, Luffy has to help a princess, Rebecca. In Alabasta, Luffy has to help a princess, Vivi. In Egghead,
I see where you're
Luffy
going.
has to help a princess, Bonnie.
Body. Yeah. The princess of the
Another
Sorbet Kingdom. That makes
We
sense.
got another. In Fishman Island, Luffy has to help a princess, Shirahoshi. We're 4 for 4, baby.
we need to have a Disney princesses versus One Piece princesses.
One Piece
One Piece
solos.
princess, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh my
they-
gosh, Shirahoshi with the Sea Kings? Done.
Done.
Well, now you're talking about it. I want to see a devil fruit where when you sing, any animal can do what
Bro.
you want.
Ooh,
Bro.
that would be nice. That would be good.
La, 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 la,
That would
la.
be.
The birds come
yeah.
down and rip out their eyes.
Yeah.
Please make me a pie, and bring it to me.
Yeah. And that would be amazing. I don't know why Oda has a. Cube would love that. He's been all about like a Disney and One Piece guys lately. So. Oh, that's
It all
amazing.
began with the with the beast of the coast.
Yes. I didn't even think about the princess thing with Bonnie though, Cody. That's wild.
Yeah, that you're right.
yeah.
Totally right. She's
Yeah.
definitely the princess.
That's why
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I was about to spit, but I forgot it. And then you brought up Bonnie in the kingdom, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember.
So,
I gotta
now
get
that-
this out.
Now that we're in the video game arc and she's the princess,
Gotta save the
we
day.
get some Bowser action. I hope.
Yeah,
gotta save the day.
do not kill Bonnie. I'm gonna
You're in the
we
wrong
got it.
castle. Wrong castle, bro.
Wrong castle.
It's
Oh,
not
goodness.
happening yet.
Yes.
Ugh. Yes. So
So who's dying? This flashback's been going on for a while. Last flashback we lost the Goat D Odin. Who we losing?
Okay, you. If she's not Ginny, so I think.
No, don't you will this into life. I know what you're gonna. She lives through this, Desness. You stop it.
I don't think she does, man. I think she.
How?
I think she will lose her life. I guarantee we will get a reveal that Bonnie has already been born. Because that flashback was 18 years ago. Bonnie's already
She
born.
said that it was a time that they were gonna regroup with Kumachi's squadron, and that she was really excited to see him again. So maybe
Yeah.
some time had already passed. I don't know.
Okay, I know Oda don't like to do this, but if she's captured by the world government and being enslaved, and then she comes back pregnant.
Oh God, no!
Is a
Don't
celestial dragon?
even.
Oh.
Being Viola do Flamingo.
Oh, that would be amazing, though.
No.
That would be wild.
No.
No, because then Kuma is raising the child.
Because
his
we don't
image.
have a. So we know that she will come back and will be queen, but when? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But something must be happening during the time she's in captivity, and
Right.
what? Being pregnant.
Oh,
Am I
God.
wrong, though? That flashback was 18 years ago. So Bonnie has to have been born.
Cody totally.
Maybe Kuma
like you got like the
has
most out of
Bonnie.
pocket member on the last arc, like having his hands and his knees on his like. I am the most out of pocket, and you guys have got me.
He's
This is
broken.
insane. I don't want to think, man. I love Bonnie. I don't want to lose her. I love Ginny. I don't want to lose her either. This isn't fair. Get rid of Kuma's old ass.
I mean,
Bye.
we already saw new terrible things that the celestial dragons do. We didn't tap into this thing yet. Maybe it's a thing that we will learn with this flashback, that the celestial dragons even do that to their slaves.
No, they don't. They don't.
Why would they?
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
Ginny-
good point.
Ginny's
I think the
sacred.
question is, why wouldn't they?
Oh my!
They're monsters. They're
Cody
monsters.
would do
No,
it. Cody
no,
would
they're
do it.
monsters. They are monsters.
Go write
What are
some
they gotta
Goblin
end it?
Slayer
They gotta end their own
fanfic.
lives
Oh my
because
God.
of being impure after the fact. Like they hold that shit to a
That's
T.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Like that's
But
their
it's
entire
also true-
premise.
But that's also true that high ups in the Middle Ages and stuff already did that too as well. They had women that they sleep with, and when they get a child, it's a bastard and stuff. So it's
This conversation
all-
is very on the cliff about the
Yeah,
fall.
yeah,
Also,
yeah.
When does Kuma,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
does Kuma
you're
dance
right.
with Bonnie? When does Kuma say he'll liberate you too, Bonnie? Like when? Like you remember before the big flashback started, and there was that thing of them dancing around. But he'll definitely come and save you too. Like when does that gonna fit in?
Or maybe the captivity of Bonnie is how he gets that maybe Bonnie, wait, timing wise, when was the thing with Fisher Tiger?
I don't know when the timing was. It before or after O'Hara?
It was after. It would have been after. No, it would have been around the same time. But listen to this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I just looked it up in the chapter. It was 14 years ago that Ginny got captured. Bonnie is already born. She has to be already. Maybe she's with Kuma at this moment, but she's got to be a child at this point. Maybe Ginny does die. Like, Cody, I know.
Okay. Now I
Yeah,
get it. Okay.
yeah. Like,
No, that can't be, because how is she being the queen then?
oh yeah, true. This is perplexing. Every time I get more answers, Oda, you make me more confused.
If
But
I had
my-
to take
my
a
thought
shot every
was-
time you said that, I'd be drunk.
But my thought was, it must
Shout out to
have
Koo.
any significance
Garbage
to
rocks.
Kuma,
No,
because
no,
we
but
are in Kuma's flashback. We are in Kuma's flashback that Bonnie saw, and
Yes.
the captivity of Ginny must have any result for Kuma. Okay, so what could have happened? I think maybe it's really about the who saves Ginny.
It could be.
Maybe it's oh. No,
That's not it.
no. My thought was that Kuma got her back by giving him up as a project
Ooh.
thing for Vegapunk.
It could be though. We don't know.
But if that was
We don't
true,
know
then
when he became a warlord.
Or he become a warlord to get her back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know when he became a warlord, so that could be.
that's why he sacrificed himself to make himself into a pacifist. And why at the Marineford War, Ivankov said he would never do that. Kuma hates the world government, and
Yeah.
that's why he was so fucking shocked because he
Because he
thought
was-
that there was that because he sacrificed himself to get Ginny back.
Yes, that's it. It has to be that.
it would
It has
explain why
to be that.
he. It also explained like in that situation of giving himself up, why he would have certain protocols that override other protocols. Why he's able to act on his own in this situation, because this is like one of those other things. Like when he gave himself up, is why he was able to protect the Sunny. You know, it's like this is one of those baselines, the ultimate, initiative right there. Like he can't.
Yeah.
He's got a certain code, and that one is over the others.
This is getting spicy, but like I've been rereading the
read it.
Marineford War. Like
I'm all for
on
Order
repeat.
88 situation. Yep.
Yes.
Order 66,
Like-
sorry.
What
88
is it?
was a whole different thing.
Yeah. No, business. No. You're German. You can't say that. You can't say
I
that.
don't-
You're German.
I'm not even allowed to say that as a joke.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, yeah,
But,
you're not
Order
allowed.
66.
Sorry.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is? The biggest streamer in German is called Montana Black 88, and it's because of his birth year. And everybody assumes he's just a Nazi and stuff.
No. All right. Anyway,
I will
Anyway.
have to wrap up the stream in about 5 minutes so I can cook my kids dinner. But let's cook for these last 5 minutes. So,
Okay.
Order 66.
Order 66. No. So Kuma will most likely sign a treaty to be the warlord, to get Ginny back, and probably also sign up at the same time to be a Vegapunk experiment. Do you think this treaty is what gave him control of the Sorbet Kingdom as well? Like whatever he did, he's like, yeah, I'll be a warlord, but I want my wife back, I want my kid to be safe, and I want the country Sorbet. Or do you
Yeah.
think he went there afterwards, after becoming a warlord, to overtake the kingdom?
liberate.
And that's what gave him
liberate.
the to liberate the kingdom, and that's what gave him the epithet tyrant.
I've got it.
What do you got?
I've got the Doflamingo reading off about why Kuma was transformed. He was volunteered to be a guinea pig for the government's human weapons
Yeah.
research project. First, his arms were weaponized, then every part of his body was modified, piece by piece over time. Stop lying. Kuma hates the government. He never sacrifice himself for its benefit. There's no point yelling at me. I don't know what kind of deal he struck with the government, but it was still
Ooh, yeah.
self-aware until a few days ago.
Yeah, Ginny, it is.
Yep,
Ginny,
Ginny,
it is.
Facts. Facts.
Boom.
Boom.
Facts.
Boom.
F in chat.
Okay. And we pretend that I never talked about the pregnant
All right,
thing,
everyone.
okay?
Now
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
question
That
is,
never happened.
where is Ginny?
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Now you convinced me. But Ginny is that they are the same person is still in the. It could still work with that.
If we don't see Child Bonnie, though, we might see Child
Yeah.
Bonnie in the next chapter or so.
He's pictured a tyrant, but he walks around with his resolve in his hands. That's why he carries the good book.
That's
Q-
okay. I am going to do outros now, boys. So, Cody, thank you for joining us for this last half of the stream. If you guys aren't, go follow Cody on his Twitch channel and his TikTok. You can find both under the name SSJ8 Cody. And above me, as always, is the beautiful, wonderful Fritz the Ditz. He is my best friend forever, and I'm the helmsman, and the shipwright of the Last Ark, and of course, Desnus the dwarf, my brother from another mother. Man,
Brother
I owe
from another
everything to you.
German mother. Yeah.
His
Another
link-
German mother.
His link is pinned in the chat as well as in the descriptions. Find him. Go and just give him the support that we all know we already are doing.
Desnus, any last words before we log out?
Thank you for being here. Great stream. We cooked, and yeah, I really would love to do this again. Really
Yes,
amazing.
we will. All right, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time.
All right.
Why did we start doing that? That's weird.
Because
I don't
Desmond
know.
did it, and I love him.
Did you